Do you like ice cream?
I love ice cream.
Well, tell me, what's your favorite flavor?
Oh, I like vanilla, cone of coffee, chocolate, chocolate chip, mint chocolate chip.
Okay, I got it. Okay, great. If you only had to pick one flavor, what would that flavor be?
Probably vanilla.
Well, that's great because today we're gonna make vanilla ice cream.
Great. Yes.
Let's begin. What I need you to do is pour half of this, half and half, into the pan. We got it heating. Go ahead, pour half of it in.
Whoa.
Half. That's perfect. Now I want you to sprinkle half of the sugar along the bottom of the pot. Beautiful. Now we want to keep an eye on that because we want to heat this milk up, but we don't want it to boil over, okay?
Okay.
Just let it sit. Don't need to stir.
Oh, don't need to stir. Okay.
Now the next step, I need you to pour the rest of the cream into this bowl.
Okay.
And I'll add the egg yolks. We have about 5 or 6 egg yolks in here.
Okay. Are we gonna cook it?
We are, but I need you to whip this together.
Okay.
Just get the yolks all broken up. There's one more you just smash it. Okay, that's perfect. Now we're gonna put this on the side.
Okay.
And we're gonna work with this vanilla bean here. You ever see vanilla bean before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so here's a vanilla bean, and I've split it already.
Okay.
I'll do one side, I want you to do the other side. I'm gonna take the back of my knife here.
All right.
I'm gonna place it on the cutting board like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull the bean back, and what I'm doing is I'm getting all of the vanilla bean pods.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it into the milk.
All right.
So you can do the other side here. That's this side here.
You're gonna hold it for me?
Okay.
All right, I can
You can
hold
do
it.
Go ahead and scrape it. Perfect. Push that in.
Ooh.
Now you have this piece here, and this is loaded with flavor. So what we're gonna do is throw that in there as well.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
all that flavor is gonna go into the milk. It's getting ready to, keep an eye on that, don't want it to overboil. Now, we're gonna let all of that flavor come together.
Okay.
And actually, when that's done, we can save the vanilla bean pot and put it in some sugar, and we'll make vanilla sugar. So you get to use everything. It's just a great dish, right? Now what you want to do is keep an eye on it. You see how it's starting to sort of boil?
Yes.
Pick up the pot. I'm gonna move it for a second because I don't want it to boil over. Now, the rest of the sugar, I want you to put in this egg and cream mixture.
Okay, should I turn off the fire?
No, we're gonna go back on there.
Okay.
The reason I wanted you to wait before you put the yolks and the sugar together is if you did it earlier and it took a long time for this to come up to simmer, the sugar would actually start to cure the yolks. And we don't want that to happen. So go ahead and pour that in.
All of it?
The whole thing.
Okay.
Dump that on. And this one you can go ahead and stir a little bit with your spoon. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna temper this. And tempering is really what we need. We're trying to equalize the temperature. If I were to pour this straight into the hot milk or the hot cream mixture, the yolks would probably cook and curdle. But if we gradually get it to happen, or gradually bring the temperature up here, then it won't do that. So
Okay.
I'm gonna gradually pour some in here. Go ahead and stir.
So we're basically making kind of like a custard.
In fact, you're exactly right. We're making a custard.
Oh.
And when we're done with this, if we froze it, which we're gonna do, we would have vanilla ice cream. But if we were just to use it as is, you could have a vanilla sauce. So that would be the kind of thing you would serve with a fruit tartlet.
Oh,
Okay, so now we have, if you feel the bottom, it's warm now.
Yes.
It's now tempered, and we can gradually, slowly pour this in to this mixture here. So what I want you to do is you're gonna go ahead and pour this in to the pot, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Slowly stop. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Looks good. Looks great. Keep going. Okay, pour the rest of it in. Perfect.
Now, why would you go through all this trouble to make vanilla ice cream versus just buying it?
Well, that's a good question. I think some people like the control. It's about the experience. It's about doing it yourself and making it your own. So what we're gonna do now is really, I want you to just stir it slowly like this, what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Keep it moving.
Okay.
What we're trying to do now is we're gonna bring the temperature up just enough to let the eggs coagulate. And we'll know that they're coagulated right when you pick up the spoon and it coats the back of the spoon nicely. Okay?
Okay.
So you see, it looks rather thin, right?
Yeah, too thin right now.
It's gonna take a while, so just keep moving it slowly, and then rather quickly, once it starts to set, it goes quickly. So we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll come back right when it's getting ready to set.
Okay.
Okay.
How long do you think that'll be?
Depending on your stove, it might take 8 minutes or so, is my guess, for a batch like this size.
Okay.
Okay?
Come back in 8 minutes. Oh, it's getting thick.
So how long has it been?
That's been about 8 minutes.
Yeah, perfect. So what we're gonna do now is that go ahead and lift it up so we can show. But yeah, see how this glazing the back of the spoon here? If I run my spoon through it like that, you see how it holds its shape?
Oh,
That
yeah.
means it's ready.
Oh, okay.
It's perfect. It's
That's a
beautiful.
good test.
And it's not curdled. So turn the fire off.
All right. Whoa.
And you just keep moving it so that it doesn't cook on the bottom. That's great. And I'm going to start straining it. And the reason I'm straining this is because sometimes, no matter how careful you are, a few little pieces of the egg yolk may curdle a little bit. And so this is just going to make sure that we have a very, very smooth product. In fact, while you can stop that now, and I'll just keep kind of moving this through here. And we're going to go ahead now. This is a really small strainer, isn't it? It's a mini.
We might be here all day.
Yeah, well, we're going to go ahead and get this all strained out. And then what we're going to do is strain this all. We're going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator. And then we're going to actually let this cool down. And we want to set it very cold. We're going to let it refrigerate for about 8 hours till the thing is very, 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 very cold. Okay?
Okay.
Cool.
And then is that it?
And then we'll come back and freeze it.
Oh, okay.
So Cheryl, are you all rested?
Oh, yeah. 8 hours later, that was a good nap.
Cool. So we have this thing ice cold now. It's been in the fridge 8 hours, and really it's important to let it chill down all the way, because if you don't, it won't freeze in your machine. Okay?
Okay,
So
that's an ice cream machine
This
you have.
is the ice cream machine that I have, and there are a lot of different brands. You know, when you're gonna do this, the key is making the anglaise or the custard sauce, and then freezing according to the manufacturer's machine's recommended instructions. Okay. So for this one here, I want you to go ahead and pour all of this in. I'll tell you when to stop. Hold it up a little higher. Actually, you can pour all of it. It'll fit. And what I'm gonna do now, this is a frozen chamber, and that's perfect. What happens now is I turn this on, and it's gonna churn the ice cream here for me. What happens is in this process is I'm incorporating air into the anglaise, and slowly it's freezing on the edges, and as it freezes, then we have our ice cream. So we're gonna let this freeze. It's gonna take, this is a gentle machine, so it may take 20, 25 minutes to do, and we'll come back and we'll have finished vanilla ice cream. Okay, so you can tell that this ice cream is done when it's a nice taffy-like consistency, and I have some here for you to try, Cheryl. This is the ice cream that you just made. What do you think? Is it vanilla bean?
Oh, yeah, vanilla bean. It's
Okay.
not so hard.
Well, yeah, well, this is the thing. That's what people don't get about ice cream machines. But I wanted to tell you what we can do now that we have vanilla bean is you can take this and you can go in many different directions for flavor. And what I thought would be fun to do is to make some coconut macadamia nut ice cream.
Ooh.
So I have macadamia nuts. Why don't you pour half of that into the little feeder thing here. And then I have coconut. Why don't you take half of the coconut and put that in here. Stop, that's good. Now, what I'm going to do is turn it on, and slowly, gradually, it's going to mix it in. See how it's kind of working its way back and forth?
Why couldn't you just do this by hand?
You could, but I'm a machine. I like to play with toys. So we have the ice cream here. And I'm going to pull some of this out.
Wow, it's really thick.
Now, your question, what was your question? It's just a few
It
seconds ago.
tasted really good, but it wasn't very thick.
Right, and this is what people maybe don't understand when you make ice cream fresh. When you make ice cream fresh, even when you do it in big mass-produced facilities that are making the stuff that you buy in cartons in the store, it comes out soft like this from the machine. This is what the consistency of ice cream looks like out of the machine. And what you do with this ice cream now is you take it and you put this in the freezer, and then you let it set up to firm it up to the texture that you're looking for.
Ooh.
But this is what the ice cream will look like.
It almost looks like batter.
This is what the ice cream will look like before you put it back in the freezer and then firm it up. So now I have a little bit more firmer set in here, Cheryl. This is your macadamia nut coconut ice cream. What do you think? I want to have some too. That's pretty good.
It's really good. And there you go, fresh made vanilla bean ice cream with macadamia nuts and coconut. For this recipe and more, visit us at
Foodland.com.